Hi everybody, this is Coach Stacy, and today we're going to talk about how to make attainable goals. One of the things that most people seem to do, and I always say to do it, is dream big, right? Dream big. Dreaming big is awesome. If you have a vision board, a dream board on your refrigerator, wherever you want to put that big dream is great. But the problem is, so many people expect to go from A to Z without the steps in between. So if I said I wanted to be a 5-star diamond, and I want that in 3 months, is it possible? Sure. Is it probable? Absolutely not, right? So we don't want to feel like failures. Not that failing is a bad thing. I fail all the time. I love my failures. It teaches me so much. But I don't want to fail a huge goal, feel frustrated, and feel I can never, ever attain it. So that's why we're going over this today, because we've heard from a lot of different people saying that I'm frustrated, I'm having trouble with this. You know, the main thing is breathe. Breathing's important. And make those big dreams into small, attainable ones. And what I would like to discuss about it, like I know Chalene Johnson called it push. I used to call it a domino effect. There's various different ways you can call this, but there's usually one goal that if you put in front of your domino rack, you obtain that one, all the others will come down. So now you're wondering why I'm talking about all the others. Well, because we have plenty of goals. And these are the goals that you should be thinking about. Not just one goal. Never have just one goal. Because you'll understand this as I go along. All right, you should have goals about your environment. And that basically is where you live, you know, where you work, how your environment affects you. It could be the state, your house. It could be cleanliness. It could be organization, your environment. So that's one of the first places where you want to make a goal. But obviously, we'll go into that in more detail. Another is your romantic life. You know, whether you are in a romantic life, not into romantic, whether you want to be, whether you don't want to be, what do you want that to look like? There's still goals for that. And then there's family. What does the family unit look like? What do you want for your family? What are your goals, your hopes and dreams for your family? Then there's friends. Well, I always include my friends in my vision board, and that might be something you do too. But my friends but I can't make a goal for them. So there's goals according to how I want to relate to my friends. If I want more friends, you know, different things like that. If I want to release the negative energy from certain friends, what are my goals with my friends? And then there's my kids in general. I always have separate goals just for my kids. I have family goals, like vacations, financial. Then I have ones for just my kids themselves, goals for them, goals they have, goals that I have for them, goals how I can help them get to their goal. I would have all of them. I just got a message saying that we're unstable. Can everybody still hear me? Okay, good. Then I like this one, knowledge. It's one of my favorite goals, knowledge. Knowledge comes in all areas. You can learn about different things, whether it's Spanish, you want to learn Spanish, or I want to get a certification. I want to become a nutritionist. I want to do these various different things. Knowledge, what do you want to gain knowledge in? And how does it affect your other goals? Spirituality. Spirituality comes in all different fashions, different facets, but that's another area where people have goals. You know, some people don't take that 5 minutes, whether it's praying or meditating or breathing, however that spirituality comes. That might be a goal of yours. Fitness. Well, we should all have fitness goals, being Beachbody coaches. You know, what do you really want to get out of that goal? How are you going to obtain that goal? Mental health. Now, you might think, oh, she's not just saying that. But mental health goals, somebody does have music on. Please remember to mute your phones, please. Mental health goals is not meaning I don't want to be a Looney Tune. Mental health goals is your whole mental health. You know, hormones affects mental health. What affects your mental well-being? Which could be stress, could be anxiety, it can be, you know, all these various things. How is that your mental health going to help you proceed in life, right? And then career and business. And believe it or not, I said that last. There's somebody still not on mute. Let me see. Okay. I think I got everybody now. Okay. All right. Okay, so basically those are the areas where I want everybody to think about creating goals. So next to each one of those, you have a dash, and you would continue on. And under each one of those areas, you should have 5 to 10 goals under each one of those areas. And like I said, there's a reason to my insanity, so I'm just going to continue with that. When you do that, you're going to find that there's a common goal in all of them. Now, for your family, if one of your goals was to go on vacation, another one to enjoy more time with them, another one is to buy more Christmas gifts, more this, more that, more family type oriented things, more daily trips, more this, more that. How are you going to do that without it affecting your financial goals? Right? Okay, what about your environment? You have to organize it. What do you have to buy? You have to buy file folders. You have to buy maybe a desk to put things in. You need to do it. It's connected to financial. Romantic life. Well, you want those romantic dates? They cost. Even when you're doing expensive ones, they cost, right? I don't want you to stay in every night, but taking a good walk on a boardwalk is free. But still, there's other things that connect to financial. So friends, well, if you're meeting people at networking parties and different things like that, that's financial. Knowledge, well, in order to obtain knowledge, sometimes it costs a little bit. Spirituality, I pray that's one area that shouldn't cost you anything. Fitness, we all know fitness does cost. It's an investment in your life. Mental health, another area where I pray that you don't have to buy anything or do anything with money, but lots of times the reason why you have anxiety is due to financial reasons. And then there's your career and business. Most businesses, you have to lay out money in order to receive money in return. We had to buy ads. You have to buy fitness programs. You have to buy this. You have to buy that. Your career, your business, there's always things. If I want to get trained by Chalene Johnson, it's going to cost me a couple $1,000s. If I want to do this, it's going to cost me. If I want to build a website, it's going to cost me. These are all investments. So do you see the underlying theme here? Every goal does have a connection. And this particular time, I showed you how it all connects to financial, right? So that might end up being your push goal. It might not be the goal in your heart that you most want to achieve. It might not be the strongest goal that you write down, but somehow it connected to every one of those goals. So if that's your domino piece, in order for you to spend more time with your family, you might make sacrifices now. So later, when you're financially free, you have tons more time. See how that works? Sometimes in the beginning, you make tons of sacrifices. I sacrificed all the time my first 18 months of being a coach. I still sacrifice. In order for me to get where I want to go, I make sacrifices. So let's just talk about a couple of my goals that I had. One was to be a diamond coach, achieved that. One was to become a Success Club All-Star, achieved that. And one was to be able to go on a Success Club cruise without paying for it, working on it. So what is something that's underlying in all those? How do I become a diamond coach? I would have to actually go and write everything out. There's so many goals inside that one goal. Most likely I'm hitting Success Club every month if you're becoming a diamond coach, because you're getting new customers, you're building your customer volume. You're getting new coaches, you're building your team volume, right? See how that works? You're getting leads because Success Club brings leads, and that brings volume. So Success Club was inside that diamond coach. The next one was becoming an all-star. Well, you can't become a Success Club all-star with actually not meeting Success Club, right? And then the last one is the cruise. Now, about the cruise, I know this is going to sound silly, but I had very small attainable goals first. The first goal I had was to get on my computer the day that you could register and keep pressing the button to register until I was off the waiting list. That was my first goal. And did it. My next goal was that I think you had to have, for the first 3 months, Success Club 10. Well, I made sure I did that. Or you had to have 10 points for 2 months. I'm not exactly sure. Oh no, in 3 months you needed Success Club 10 for 3 months. Not 10 months each month, but it had to equate to 10 points, I believe. Did that. Okay, now I'm going back to family, and my family needs this vacation. That's a cruise. So we haven't gone on a family vacation in quite some time. I was fighting cancer for a long time, and it was very costly. Started this new business, we moved, so we really haven't had vacations. So the cruise is actually going to be our family vacation. Now, how am I going to get that for free? Well, so far I obtained part of it by at least getting that first goal done, that small goal, getting on the computer to register. The next one was the first 10 points I needed to keep me registered. Now, every quarter they're going to bill me until that cruise is paid off. What do I need to do to stop them from billing me? Also in there is excursion money. That's great, you're on a cruise, but if you can't afford anything billed to your room or go to do anything, well, that vacation's not going to be exactly as you plan. So it's just like planning out any other vacation, but mine all circles around one goal, Success Club. The more Success Club points I have, the more I get for that cruise. So I have 2 quarters already paid off, and I have excursion money already. So I'm hitting those small attainable goals. And so that means 5 or 10 points every month in Success Club. That's a small attainable goal. Can you hit 5 points? Yes, you can. But then underneath that are other goals. How do I reach Success Club 5? Well, there's goals underneath that. That means I have to talk to so many people per month in order to get those 5 points. That means I have to make so many new contacts. I have to invite so many people into my life. I have to follow up with so many people in my life. I have to post the product of the product. These are all little goals. So this month, have I posted about product being, myself being the product? Yeah, I have. Have I sent out the amount of messages I felt necessary? Well, so far. Have I followed up on some of them? Yeah, so far, right? So basically, each one of those are small, attainable goals. But you see how I took this huge cruise goal, I want to go on that cruise, my family wants vacation, into, well, that means every month I have to message 5 to 10 people. Every month I have to follow up to 5 to 10 people. Every day I have to post about being a product, nutrition, So basically I have to do the 3 vital behaviors every day. Now We took that big goal and made it into a very simple list of goals. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, because I used to do this all the time. I wanted that promotion. How do I go to get that promotion? I had to make sure I always kept every email that people sent me. So I did that. I highlighted everything in the emails that I needed to know and put it on a list and kept that with me. I followed up with everybody. I had to follow up. So does corporate sound so much different? No. All attainable goals. When I was a teacher, we all had goals of, our students being at certain levels. Well, how do you do that? Well, the main goal is here, just like the cruise. I worked backwards. That's what I would like you guys to do. Go through all those and find that equal goal in that middle, that push goal, that domino goal, because that's the one that you want to achieve, believe it or not. You want to actually just focus on that one main goal that connects to most of your other goals. Because if you achieve that one main goal, then all the others, just like a domino effect, fall into place. If I did not make Success Club every month, I wouldn't be an all-star. If I didn't make Success Club every month, I wouldn't be a diamond. If I didn't make Success Club every month, I wouldn't be paying off this cruise. So if I didn't make Success Club every month, I wouldn't have this vacation for my family. I wouldn't have time to spend with my family away from business. I wouldn't have, see how all that works? So my main, no matter what goal was making Success Club. And return, it connected to all my other goals. Of course, underneath that was those fine points, messaging, finding new contacts, running ads, doing the business. So we usually get really frustrated when we say, I want to make Success Club, but we didn't break down making Success Club into small goals. I didn't make it this month. I can't believe, I don't know how people make Success Club. I know what I'm talking about because I was there. I was like, that person made 10 points. How did they make 10 points? I can't believe it. Oh, that's because, you know what? I don't have a weight loss journey. That's an excuse. That's not it at all. I never had a weight loss journey. I fought cancer. I think my journey is just as important as a weight loss journey, right? Being healthy. Our business is not about sales. Our business is about helping others achieve health. So it doesn't matter what your journey is. It's a health journey. Yes, Success Club points sounds like it's about sales, but just think about it. I helped a minimum of 3 people a month get healthy. How good does that feel? So when it comes back to in your heart, where you're saying, oh, well, that's not a goal that's inside my heart to make Success Club. Well, in the long run, that made me feel pretty good. In the long run, financially, it helped. In the long run, my family's getting vacation. My spirituality wise, my peacefulness, taking that time to breathe, professional development, which I hate calling it professional development because, it's your personal development. Not even like calling it that. I like calling it education. I want to help, educate myself on something, whether it's confidence to learning how to run ads. So basically, let me see if I hit all my points and then I'll open it up to everybody. I'm not sure if I gave you the steps, but once again, how to identify that domino is to have 9 to 10 goals, breaking down each one of those goals, to have 5 to 10 under each one of those goals, and then breaking down those goals into steps. And then you're going to see that mutual domino there that's going to let you all go. So now we're at question and answers, because I know I said a lot of stuff there. I know some of you have done push before and different things like that. So this might not be new to you, but I'm just proof to the pudding, as I put it, where I said that wrong. I just, I make sure I break down my goals to get something where I need to go. I followed this principle for a very long time. I actually followed it through cancer. I said to myself, what's the first thing I need to do in order to fight cancer? So health was a very big goal of mine for a very long time. So my first thing to do was learn about it. My next thing to do is learn how you fight it. The next thing to do is put into action. And you just keep following that role. But I actually had goals and I had lists. You might think I'm crazy, but I had lists of things to do. And one of them was to write in a journal every single day of how I was feeling, conversations I had, because it released some of the stress that I didn't want to put on other people. But those were all goals. Now I am writing a book. So my journal will become a book one day, and hopefully that'll be financial freedom too. But you see how that everything slides together eventually. So I'm going to open everybody up. So if you're on audio and you want to ask a question, just unmute yourself. No questions? Vic, you have a question?
No.
No? Cheryl? Do you have a question?
No, I was just unmuting myself.
Okay. Anybody have a question? I mean, that was a whole lot of stuff. Okay, Nance, what's your question? Okay, let me unmute you. Go ahead.
Okay. My question is, I have somebody who is interested in the 21-day fix. Like, she's so into it. And I know that she doesn't make a whole lot of money doing what she's doing. And I want to introduce the idea of becoming a coach to her, but I'm not making money at it yet, so I don't really have any experience telling her how much you're going to make doing this. But I want to invite her to coach because I think that she's naturally a very positive person. She pushes me. Like, we work out together at the gym. We run together. I push her. She pushes me. And she's doing the 21-day fix. She had purchased it previously before I started doing it. And she's just an awesome person. And I think she would be a great coach. And I said to her, I'm like, you should start coaching. And she was like, well, I got to get myself together first. And I think that it would be a great means for her, but I can't really give her any substance. So I don't really want to go there with her yet until I know what it could potentiate.
Okay. Honestly, being a coach is not the problem, it's a solution. So if you think of it that way, but you're going to have to spend so much money being a coach. But no, you're going to be helping so many people. And in return, you're going to make an income. So I have had coaches sign up before with the $39.95 and became active with their first challenge pack. Right? Okay. And then as they built residuals, they were able to buy Shakeology every month. So their main investment would be the $39.95 to sign up and the $15.95 a month for the website.
Okay.
People are just like, oh gosh, that's a lot of money. It is to a lot of people, especially when you don't have money, right? So
right.
Signing up, I signed up as a discount coach, not to coach, but you'll find a lot of successful coaches signed up as discount coaches, right? So, that was an investment I made in myself. So there's different ways of phrasing this to her. One is investing in yourself and believing in yourself. I mean, I don't understand what you have to get together first when you're already doing it. If she already is doing the vital behaviors, which it sounds like she is.
Yeah, she is. I know, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, you're already doing that. You're encouraging other people. You're exercising. You're eating right. You're doing all the right things. That's what all you have to do, pretty much. And just encourage and be there for people. So I wanted to present that to her, but I was just not sure how to go about it.
Okay. Basically how I've gone about that, and anyone else can jump in at any time, was basically investing in yourself. Step
Mhm.
one of things. You're already doing everything, and that's all you need to do. The small investment that you make with one challenge pack sale, it basically takes away the $39.95.
Okay.
Right? So one challenge
Right.
pack sale, and you've already paid for that investment. The $15.95 a month, well, half of that residual of the Shakeology every month goes for the $15.95. See how that works?
Right.
Now you're a coach and you still have a profit.
So wait, so once you have one person that buys a challenge pack with the monthly Shakeology, it takes away that $39.95 plus the monthly fee.
Right. Because it's not going to take it away. You'll be charged it, but you're going to get in commissions residuals, right? So
Right.
30, I always forget, 32, 37 a month residual. So
Challenge pack.
if you're paying $16, you still have $14 left,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. I see. I'm not quite sure because I haven't figured out the dollar amount of everything.
Well, yes, she's actually going to profit every month from that one person.
Okay.
From that one person. Now, most likely she's going to get more than one person, right? It's a slow process sometimes, but you'll have more than that one sale. So the next challenge pack sale, she's making the commission. She's already has her expenses covered, plus is making $14 profit. Now she'll make a 35 plus commission on that, and then the residuals for that. So it's constant income building without doing much more than she's already doing.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Yes. No, it makes a lot of sense. I just needed to kind of figure out which direction to go with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted, be able to know what to say, because I don't really know what I'm making at it yet. I mean, I've gotten a few checks, but I can't really break it down as far as what I put out so far. That's all.
And we can definitely go over that more in detail after the call and how you break that down.
You know what? Can I jump in for a second?
Sure.
Nancy, I just want to let you know, your potential coach's trepidation about being a coach until she gets stuff together. If there's one thing, and a lot of the coaches on here that will be at Summit, you can understand, when I tell you that Beachbody coaches are in every size and shape, believe it. It's one of the most beautiful things about the company. I mean, sure, some of the upper crust elite top, like Lindsay Matway, she looks like a Barbie doll. Melanie and I were talking about this today. All of us respond to different coaches for different reasons, different top coaches. I like Trina Gray because she's a trainer and she's tall. I mean, I can relate to her. You will gravitate towards people that are like you, actually. And that's the one thing. Look at how many coaches in Inspiration Nation are plus size, and they are attracting a great amount of people. I mean, I would stress that to her. And even if you wanted to point her out to a certain coach and say, look at Lauren, look at Chris, look at the journeys they've been on.
But if we're talking about the financial end of it, Lindsay.
Yeah, I know, but she was talking also about, she I think for some people it's a comfort level that they don't want to put themselves out there because they're insecure about themselves and how they look, I'm just addressing that. In terms of the financial opportunity, I have the same misgivings because I'm a diamond coach. I'm not making a lot of money. But when people come to me and say, what's the potential? That's when I'll point out someone like Danielle, who's been working it consistently for a couple of years and is now seeing fruits of her labor. So don't be afraid to point them in the direction of other coaches in Inspiration Nation that they can look at and see what the potential is. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel the same way, Nancy. I don't approach people with confidence about the business opportunity because I'm not there yet. But I do approach them in terms of what it's done for me about the health opportunity like Stacy's talking about. For me, the most important thing is the accountability, the camaraderie, and being around like-minded people. So there's a little bit to draw for everybody, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. And that's kind of how I am with it too. I love surrounding myself with you guys and it's great. It's motivating. And that's what I think that my friend needs, and she's in the 21 Day Fix Challenge group, and she's posting and she's into it, and she's just as sweet as anything, and she's going through her thing too. And I kind of said to her, I'm like, you should consider being a coach because you're so good at that. And she was like, well, I just got to get myself together first. So, I just kind of was empathetic, and I'm like, I understand that completely. And this was all like during a morning run together. So we were like chatting back and forth during the run.
Nancy, you planted the seed, and she'll probably start paying closer attention to what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I planted the seed, and I just figured, I'm not going to pressure. I'm not going to push it. She'll maybe come along later.
Well,
I don't know.
Nancy, another thing to do, since this is a goal conversation, right, about goals, what do you think her goals are? Write them down. Just an idea, right? Because I've done this with quite a few people before I even approach them about coaching. Getting to know that person, you build relationships. So what do you think their goals are? She probably told you a bunch of her goals. Some of her goals. Well,
yeah.
Can you answer those? It's almost like objections. Take the objections and turn them into goals too. So whatever her objection is, turn that into a goal. Her objection, I don't have enough money right now, but her goal is then to increase her income. How do I do that? You know what I mean? So write the list of not pros and cons down, but take every objection, turn it into what could be a goal for her. And then write steps of how you can obtain it.
Right. And Nancy, speaking to that, there's a coach on my team who's going to, and Stacy knows about this, we were speaking of it, and this is a prime example. He's going to chiropractic school, and he's probably my best coach, and he's a trainer where I work. And I was telling Stacy, and I was saying, I'm going to lose him, and he's such a good coach, and he has a lot of people on 21 Day Fix, and he's very inspiring, and he just can't handle it because he's taking on all these loans for his school right now. And Stacy's like, it's a perfect opportunity for him to make money, which is true. He's going to lose those residuals, so if he just keeps the minimal investment and maybe buys a vitamin pack or whatever, he would lose all that potential earnings per month when he, if he doesn't have time to work the business. Of course, I would help him out with challenge groups and things like that. But I'm looking, that's an example of me looking at it as a negative. I'm like, oh, this is going to happen. And Stacey's like, what do you mean? This is perfect opportunity. So it's all how you approach it, a lot of times.
Right. Okay.
If we look at the negative of things, first of all, we don't even have goals, right? So we create goals to build our confidence. We create goals to build positive things. We create goals to continue with our life. So her objections are now goals, and you're going to show her how to obtain them.
Okay.
And I do that daily. So, that's, when I do my follow-ups, people, I don't have the money right now. Vicki probably heard this 5 million times. Well, Vicki, what are you saving per day so that you can eventually join our team? Right, Vic?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, you need $140. Well, how much did you save this week? So, all right. So if it takes us a few months, we'll get you there. So now we have a goal. Your goal is to get that challenge pack. How are you going to do it? Can you put $1 in a jar every so often? That's basically how I speak to if they really, really want something, they really want to achieve this health and fitness goal, but they're putting the obstacle of financial means in front of that. Well, let's get around that obstacle any way you can. We know it's an investment in health, and we can give up Starbucks. We can give up this. We can give up, what can we give up? But that's a negative approach too. I'm asking you to give up something that's comfortable for you. So instead, I'll put a couple dollars in a jar a day and see what we go. And they're like, yeah, I could probably not go to Starbucks a day. That's their idea, not mine. See how that works?
Yeah.
Right? So goals are meant for keeping yourself positive, keeping you going. Same thing that you would give anybody underneath you. I know I preach goals to my team all the time, and at the very beginning, they're probably very sick of it. But if you don't have the goals, you don't have that roadmap. Not there. Where is your line to success? You don't beeline. It just doesn't happen. Once you're outside your warm market, you never learned how to create those goals and build that roadmap. and then you're in trouble. So that's why you take each goal, break it into steps, and now things just become easy. So when someone says to you, well, I can't do this anymore, I'm going to school, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, well, you don't want to give up those residuals that you're getting for Shakeology. It's actually the income you're going to have.
Right.
Oh yeah, I don't want to do that. Right? So you just change it into the right way. You have to understand the person, and their goal is to be financially secure while going to school. Well, the best thing to do is not stop the finances that are coming in. I mean, that's just the logical thing. Right? So that's why I said take her objections, turn them to goals.
Okay.
Anything from anybody else? Okay, so everybody knows how to break down a goal real easily, right? Okay, so that's the most important thing, because if you don't reach a goal, you become frustrated. If you become frustrated, you quit. Nobody wants that, right? Nobody wants to be in a slump. Nobody wants to feel negative. And trust me, we all get like that. And I look back at the times where I was missing negativity, about the business or something, or I'm just in a funk and different things like that. And I turn back and I look about, well, what am I doing? Well, I'm not doing the business. How do I expect to get results when I'm not doing the business right now? If I'm not following my steps, if I'm not, what I preach all the time is consistency. If I'm not doing my consistently reaching for my goals, well, I'm not making it anywhere. And so that's a very big part of it all. It's that, consistency for every single goal that you have out there. Do goals change? Yes, they do, because your life changes. And then when you meet one goal, you have to make the next goal. You don't stop. You don't say, oh, well, you know what, I'm all stars now. I'm not going to continue a success club. No, of course I'm going to continue. I want to be legend. I want to, be a 5-star diamond one day. I want, there's more out there. Those are the big goals hanging over there. I reached one. Now you go for the next. And you just keep going for that. So I'm going to stop the recording.